4 weeks into the COVID pandemic, I was trying to rent an apartment. This was awkward, to say the least. Properties weren't advertising vacancies. They didn't know how to disinfect places that were recently emptied. And they probably didn't expect anyone to be moving while the city was in lockdown. So I researched buildings online and called them to ask if they had anything to let and at what rates. I spoke with one particular property manager who described a unit and said he would send me a floor plan and some photographs. When I got the photos, I found myself trying to expand them to determine what I would see out the windows. I even went to Google Maps to figure out what the view might be from that floor, but I wasn't sure what side of the building the unit was on. During our next call, I asked him more about where the unit was and then flat out asked him to describe what was outside the windows. He apologized, saying that it hadn't occurred to him to take photos out the windows. He certainly would going forward. He asked me then something like, "What was I hoping for?" Then I simply blurted out, "I need to see the sky." I had never said this out loud before or even thought this before. I surprised myself. But as soon as I heard myself say it, I knew it was deeply true. It was really important to me. Magically, the property manager replied, "Oh, well, then you need an apartment I have in the building across the street." A few minutes later, I was looking at another email with photos, and I completely fell in love with the panoramic views that were naturally in the pictures without even trying. I moved in 2 weeks later and have felt at home ever since. In this brief exchange, I found a truth about myself. It was only a quick series of questions digging deeper into why I felt so compelled to see out the window. Because I needed to know the view. And that was because I needed to know what was out there. And that was because I needed to know how close or far those things were. Because I needed to see the sky. It takes an open mind and a willingness to be surprised. But exploring like this can be very rewarding. So this week, watch for when you actively seek something. Maybe it's an item in the grocery store or a piece of research. Then give yourself a moment for reflection. Ask yourself why 4 times, going deeper each time, and listen to your answers. I hope you learned something about what's important to you too. I'm Ann Drummie, a leadership coach. I hope this tip helps you get moving in your career.